beautiful people. My name is Moonlit Guidance Tarot, and I am completely new to this, so bear with me with my setup and with all of it. I am a little bit nervous right now, but I'm just gonna go for it, and yeah, enjoy. The theme of this pick a card video is, what do people love about you? So I've got 3 piles here. If you'd like to choose one, take your time, pause the video, take a deep breath if you'd like. Pile 1 is blue lace agate. Pile 2 is amethyst. And pile 3 is green calcite. I'll leave timestamps so you can skip to your pile. Okay, so pile 1, blue lace agate. What do people love about you? Let's have a look. I don't even know what they are yet. Okay, so we've got 5 of Cups reversed. I'm so sorry about that dog barking in the background, if you can hear it. King of Pentacles. Also, my setup's so small. Bit cozy. And Knight of Swords. So starting off with the 5 of Cups reversed, normally 5 of Cups upright would be, you know, disappointment about a situation and focusing on the negative. But then it being reversed, it makes me think that you're quite a resilient person. You've probably been through quite a lot and you're probably quite wise because of that. So I think people really admire your wisdom, your resilience, and probably the experience that you have. You could be quite young but have quite a bit of life experience and good advice. Then we've got the King of Pentacles. So it talks about someone who's successful, ambitious. The King is quite a powerful person. They're quite reliable, a trustworthy person as well. So I think coming back to that first card, I think quite wise, quite mature for your age, regardless of how old you are. And just someone that people can count on. And then with the Knight of Swords, it gives me the vibe that you could be quite confident. I think you could be quite attractive too. So yeah, he looks pretty confident. I think it can sometimes mean arrogance, but I'm not really getting that in this context, especially with what people love about you. So I think your confidence, I think it inspires people to be more confident in themselves as well. And I think when you say things, you say it with your chest. So what we're going to do now is pull some oracle cards. I might get rid of these for now. We'll just put them aside somewhere. Maybe, oh, just up there. All right. So we've also got Chakra Wisdom Oracle. So we'll pull one of those, and then we will pull an archetype card, which are one of my favorites. Okay. I just realized I was doing that off camera. Okay, what do people love about pile 1? We'll put this here. Pile 1 with the blue lace agate. All right. Oh, giving stubborn. Let's have a look at the book. Okay, reroute. That makes me feel again like you are quite, oh my gosh, I lost the word, resilient, sorry. Quite resilient. So, with no way to get around the blocked path, they take another route. Yeah, so finding solutions to things, maybe thinking outside the box. A reroute, not an ending. The path is blocked and you're at an impasse, but the goal is still there. Do not wait for your present situation to change. Stay focused and find another path. Yeah, adaptable. So you're definitely quite adaptable. People love that about you. Okay. That one was a bit boring, so we'll pull another one. Let's get some juicy. Also, sorry about that. Hey pile one, so it's actually the next day. I was looking through the videos and there's a big chunk missing, so I'm really disappointed. But I think there might have been a point where I thought I'd hit record and I hadn't. So sorry, the setup looks very bare right now, but I just wanted to come back in and find the cards that I pulled for you yesterday. So with the Discovery card, it makes me think that people love how loving and compassionate you are. And I think you're quite sure of yourself, and I think you're truly happy with who you are, and that does radiate. So from these two cards together, I'm getting that you are resilient, kind, compassionate. Yeah, you might have been through quite a bit, but you do show a lot of love to other people and you inspire other people. And then moving on to the archetype cards that I pulled last night, we have Damsel and Angel. So with Damsel, it says, understand the nature of healthy romance, inspires you to rely on yourself. So I think you have healthy boundaries, which again could come into this one here. And you don't rely on other people for your self-worth, so I think people really admire that. And then we have Angel here, helping those in need with no expectation of return. So just being a really giving and kind person. It is pink as well, which refers to the heart chakra, so I think you're just a really loving, warm, gentle person. So yeah, your generosity is definitely coming out in this card. Sorry, it's going to be a bit choppy because of me coming in the next day and editing and, you know, adding stuff. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. But I hope it's all cohesive enough and you still enjoyed it. So thank you so much, and we'll go back to yesterday. Again, I really feel like you've been through a lot, and I feel like you are just a safe space for people, and I feel like maybe you didn't always have that, you know, so you make sure that you're that safe place for other people. But I feel like you don't give from an empty cup. I feel like you are wise enough to know your own boundaries and what you need. So I just feel like you're a really strong person, but you're so giving and so kind. And that confidence is definitely coming through in these cards as well. So that's all I have for you, pile one. Thank you so much. Please subscribe if you did like this, and comment below if you do have any recommendations, any constructive feedback. I'm all for it. Just let me know, because this is my first video. And yeah, thank you so much. Hi, pile two. If you chose the amethyst, then this is your pile. So the amethyst always makes me think of intuition. So I feel like you're quite a psychic, quite intuitive person. So that might be something cool about you that people love. So we'll put that aside. Let's take a look. We've got the Queen of Swords reversed. Oh, the King of Swords. Oh my gosh. And the Four of Swords. So a lot of swords. So you might be an air sign. You don't have to be, but Normally the swords are ruled by air signs, so that would be Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. So having 3 cards all represented by swords makes me feel like you could be quite intelligent. You could be quite a good communicator as well. So those are the first things I'm getting here. So starting off with the Queen of Swords reversed, that one can sometimes talk about a meanie, but it is what people love about you, so I'm sure it doesn't mean that. I think it could mean that you are quite quick-witted. You could be quite sarcastic and quite cheeky, so people could really like that about you, just quite a sassy person. The King of Swords, I feel like he is quite an honest person, so I'm definitely getting so far quite sassy, witty, honest. I think you could possibly intimidate some people as well. You might be an acquired taste, and that's okay. But I think people really love that about you. They love that you don't sugarcoat things. So the Four of Swords normally talks about rest and recuperation. So like having time out maybe when you feel overwhelmed, that sort of thing. That's how I understand the Four of Swords. So I'm actually just going to pull a card to clarify the Four of Swords for you. So what do people love about pile number 2? Clarify Four of Swords. Clarify Four of Swords. Okay. Justice. So the Justice card is ruled by Libra as well, which again is air sign energy, and she's holding a sword. So I think you're a great mediator. I think, as I said, you're quite honest, you don't sugarcoat things. I think you might give people the hard truths when they really need them. So I think you're a bit of a bad bitch. I'm gonna pull some oracle cards to find out different things about why people love you, what they love about you. So we've got 2 different oracle decks. We've got the Chakra Wisdom Oracle and then the Archetype cards, which are probably my favorites. I love them so much. They don't really go with the aesthetic, but they're worth it. So starting off with the Chakra Wisdom, what do people love about pile 2, the amethyst? Oh, that one. Gossip, but reversed. Alright, I want to pull another one. So I think gossip reversed is just saying again that you're quite honest, but I don't think talking behind people's backs is your style at all. So I think people know that they can trust you, so that's a huge thing. Bittersweet reversed. Okay, I'm gonna have to look at the book for this one because I'm not too sure. We'll have a look at what it looks like too. Okay. Honestly, looking at this, I feel like I'm just gonna take a shot in the dark. What I'm getting is I feel like you are a really good gift giver. I feel like you might make people cry with your gifts, or like the birthday cards, things like that. Like, I think you're just a really thoughtful person, and I think that comes out in maybe the words that you write, or yeah, like gifts that you give people. I think you've definitely made people shed a tear before when opening a present from you, so that's really sweet. But I will look at the book and see if that meaning resonates as well, because I'm sure it's nothing like what I just said. But that is the beauty of tarot and oracle cards, is sometimes looking at the imagery or just from your intuition, just what you get from it rather than looking at the meanings. So that's just my style anyway. Okay. Bittersweet. Sorry, it's taking a while. I'll be 2 to 4 business days. Here we go. Celebrating in the midst of grief. Okay. I think you're good at lightening the mood when people are sad as well. So, yeah, I think in tough situations you are good at just kind of taking people's minds off things, maybe cracking a joke or two. I think, yeah, just not taking things too serious and just helping other people kind of find humor or beauty in sad situations. So I think that's really powerful. And then we'll pull an archetype card for you as well. Nope. A couple just fell out, but I'm going to put them back. Right. Pile 2, what do people love about them? Okay. Helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior. Okay, so that just makes me think of what I was saying before, where you're quite honest and you call people out when you need to. And then we're going to pull maybe 2 more. What do people love about you? Pile 2. Slave. Okay. So sometimes the names are completely different to the meaning. So addict and slave, I honestly do not take them literally. Okay. Surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. So I think you can be quite optimistic. I don't know if I've said that already. That might have been pile 1 actually. So I think you're quite optimistic and you just trust the process, and people love that. So I think, along with what I was saying before about, you know, finding beauty or humor in sad situations, I think that kind of resonates here as well. So finding the good in a bad situation. And then last card for you, we will pick Advocate reversed. Okay, interesting. All right. That one's a bit confusing. So it says embracing negative causes or committing to causes for personal gain. So let me clarify with the book. Okay. I am going to have to clarify that with a tarot card. Advocate reversed. What do people love about pile 2? Clarify advocate reversed. Oh. So I think, especially with the word advocate, it makes me think, you know, playing the devil's advocate. So again, that's such a Libra trait. But just, you know, not vilifying someone if they've done something wrong. I think you're, just quite accepting of all different types of people. I think you are very understanding, and I think I know what I want to say, but it's hard to describe. I think basically, like, you would make a good lawyer. So I think you can see everybody's viewpoint, whether you agree with it or not. I think, devil's advocate, I think that is a huge quality in you that people love. So yeah, to sum up these cards, because the names were a little bit confusing, it's saying that you're happy to call people out when they need it. You trust the process even when things get hard. You're always there to be that positive voice of reasoning. And then you are amazing at playing devil's advocate for people. And then looking back at these ones, you're great at giving gifts. You don't talk about people behind their backs. You are very trustworthy. And then you're a very fair, logical person. You're a great communicator. You're just super honest. People love that about you. And I think that's all I have for you. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you did enjoy it. And feel free to leave a comment and tell me what you'd like to see in future. And if you have any feedback for me, I'm more than happy to hear it, so leave it down below. And thank you so much. Hi pile 3. If you chose the green calcite, this is your pile. So the green calcite makes me think of the heart chakra. It makes me think of someone who is very loving and very generous. So that's the first clue we've got. I'll leave that there. And diving into your tarot, we've got the 5 of Pentacles, the 9 of Cups, and the Knight of Wands reversed. Okay, so firstly, 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so looking at the picture here, it's what I'm assuming is a mum and a child outside in the cold. So they both look freezing, but you can see that the mum would give up, her blanket to make sure that the kid's okay. So I'm getting that you do that with other people in your life. So it doesn't have to be specifically kids or anything. I'm just getting that you're a generous person and you would literally give the shirt off your back for somebody else to make sure they're okay. So that is one thing that people love about you. And then we have the 9 of Cups. Talks about manifesting. So it also talks about, karma, you get what you give kind of thing. So I think you are always putting out really positive vibes. I think you're a really positive person and you speak positively. I think you exude a really happy energy, a really sweet and understanding kind of energy as well. Definitely giving me heart chakra again. So I think that's something that people love about you. I think you're quite a gentle person. But then with the Knight of Wands in reverse coming up, that can talk about someone having a little bit of an ego. So I think in this context, what it's saying is, you are a very selfless, generous person. You're always bringing people up, but you do have that confidence as well. So moving on to oracle cards, I've got 2 decks here. I've got the Chakra Wisdom Oracle deck and then the archetype cards. So we're going to start with these ones here, the Chakra Wisdom, for what people love about you. Pile 3. Ooh. Okay. That one. Okay. That's not the most straightforward, so I'm going to have a look at the book. The book's pretty abstract too, so we're gonna have to decode this together. Alright. I'm sorry, but I have to take care of myself. Okay. So I think maybe in the past you've struggled kind of putting your needs first. So I'm sure you know the saying, you can't give from an empty cup. So I think you used to try to give from an empty cup, and I think, you know, with time and experience, maybe as you get older, you're realizing that you have to worry about your own needs so that you can show up for other people. So I think people who have known you for a long time, they're so happy to see that you're finally putting yourself first and worrying about your own needs, because I don't think you did that in the past. So I think, yeah, people close to you, they're watching you do that now and they love it. And then forgiveness, reversed. Okay. I'm kind of getting a vibe here that in the past you might have given people too many chances. I think this is kind of making me feel like these were shadow aspects of you, but because you've put in the work, these are things that people love now. So, forgiveness. I think you have quite a few people around you as well that you have known for a long time. So, you know, like childhood friends, or maybe you're quite close with like cousins or a sibling or something, and I think they have watched you grow immensely. Okay. You could have possibly dealt with somebody with a drinking problem as well. I'm trying to keep this lighthearted. I think, okay, yeah, with the imagery as well, I think as a child, I think you might have had to, I'm so sorry if this upsets anybody, you might have had to forgive somebody quite a few times for something they might have done, and I think that might have kind of translated into adulthood with other people as well, you know, forgiving someone over and over. And I think that is something that you're working on now. So I think it's a beautiful quality that you forgive people. You're a forgiving person. Don't change that about yourself. But, you know, if someone keeps showing you over and over who they really are, and, you know, they might not be respecting you, or they might be putting you out in a certain way, eventually you have to kind of trust what they're showing you. So I think that is something you're learning, and I think, you know, don't change yourself because you are a forgiving person. I think that's amazing, but sometimes you need to know when to walk away. So I think that is something that is in progress at the moment. So I hope that makes sense. And then we'll go with the archetype cards. We'll pull 2 of these too. I am honestly getting that you're just such a kind, compassionate person, and I think you are just, I think you're a really soft soul. So I think people have tried to take advantage of that in the past, and I think maybe in the past you've let them, but I genuinely feel like you've grown and you've evolved, and I think there's a lot more growing to do. Honestly, I relate to this pile a lot. Okay, Mother reversed. Okay. So these don't always mean what they say, by the way. Alright, first we'll look at Mother. Okay, the same kind of theme just came up. So, forgiveness, Mother reversed. Okay, I think this gives some insight. So this might not be for everybody, but some of you, I'm so sorry to bring this up. I really hope this is okay. But it says basically smothering or abandoning children, instilling guilt in children for becoming independent. So I think you might have had a toxic parent. And I think that's where this forgiveness comes in here. So I think, you know, you are a very forgiving, pure person, and I think you should hold on to that. But there is a point where you have to look out for yourself. And then we've got bully. This is not what it looks like. So light attributes are highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. I'm getting that pile 3, you've done a lot of internal work. I think you have had a lot of fears that might have controlled you in the past, and you know, you might have had a fear of abandonment or a fear of people not liking you, but I think you are really stepping out of that and becoming a lot more sure of yourself. So honestly, I think this is a beautiful pile. I think you've done a lot of healing, and I think there's still more to come. But just keep at it. And that is your pile. So thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below if you have any constructive feedback or you have any video ideas. Just let me know. And honestly, thank you so much for your time. That is the end of my first video. So yay! Thank you. See you again soon.